Hey, welcome everybody to seminar. My name is Yuchin, if you don't know me. Hi, new friends and hi, old friends. So today's sequence, I will do chapter 1 and chapter 2 because we have 2 hours, right? So I'll do chapter 1, like 1 hour for one chapter. Maybe chapter 1 longer because chapter 1 is bigger. Then chapter 2. Chapter 3, right? I put there just to back up, yeah. So chapter 2, chapter 3, I will do it in my normal class, those who attend my class, which is next week. Okay. So a reminder, those who are attending physical class, you need to bring along your seminar material. Okay. Those who attend physical class, those who attend online class, no problem for you lah, because you're at home, right? Okay. So today's style will be revision style, which is we focus more on exercise and then we refer to the short notes. Okay, so we go straight into chapter 1, but section B for you lah. This is called the section B, right? The easier question. So I'll have it for you to practice at home. So make sure you'll do lah, especially those who have exam. Then you want to actually go all the way to page number 9. We shall start with section. We shall start with section C instead, which is question number 8. Okay, everybody, question number 8, page number 9. Right? Is pinna ear canal? No, pinna is actually the earlobe, the outer one, KD. Okay, good, everybody. How do I? Oh, okay. Okay, so have your short notes on the left and exercise on the right, or up and down, so we could refer straight away. Yeah. Okay, I'll try to get into the notes when we talk about the question. So let's say the first part of chapter 1, it's about your voluntary, involuntary actions, and under involuntary actions, we have 2 more actions controlled by medulla oblongata and actions controlled by spinal cord, right? Yeah, here's this one. For this one, you just have to roughly know the labelings. Not a very big deal here, so not to worry. Okay. So the central nervous system is the main part that controls your whole body, which is your brain and spinal cord. Then peripheral is more like the branch, the cranial nerves that branch out to your eyes, to your nose, to your tongue. Okay. Then spinal nerve is the one that branch out from spines. Okay. I mean your spinal cord. Like that. Okay. So now I want you all to separate actions into voluntary and involuntary. So there are some examples here. Voluntary means actions that you can control, or it's under your will, right? Involuntary, if it's medulla oblongata, things like that, which that has to be carried out every moment, like even while you're asleep, or since the moment you're born to the moment where we die. I just have to keep going. One spinal cord is the one that controls reflex. Reflex are like to protect you from injury. Like if you touch something hot or you step on something sharp, sneezing. These are called reflex action, which are controlled by spinal cord, not the brain. Okay, so pretty easy lah, everybody. Please write down to the correct box. I have 5 seconds for you. Very easy. Which chap do you think will come out the most in exam? Different school, different paper, different teacher, different. It's very difficult to answer this question. So, is spinal cord and reflex action the same thing, or involuntary action is related to reflex action? Spinal cord is the organ. Reflex action is the action. Wait, let me read again. Is spinal cord and reflex action the same thing, or involuntary is related to reflex? They are all related. Involuntary is the title. There's 2 types. I think your message came in before I mentioned this, right? Okay, so I hope you heard what I explained just now. Involuntary is the biggest title. Then inside there's these 2 parts: actions controlled by medulla and actions controlled by spinal. Okay, so the examples, no problem, huh? So cycling, swimming, things that you choose to do, actions controlled by your muscles usually. Involuntary are like, the rest. Okay. So the next question is to write down the impulse pathway. Okay, like there. This is the pathway. You should be able to find like 90% of answers in my short notes. Okay, pathway. Just want you to take note on number 4. If it's spinal cord and if it's involuntary, then it's different. It's spinal cord for reflex. If it's medulla oblongata, it's controlled by medulla oblongata. Yeah. This part is called the lower part of your brain. It's called medulla oblongata. Okay. If it's voluntary, then it will be brain. So reflex and actions controlled by medulla oblongata are not decided by the brain. You know that there's certain amount of action that you do, right? You don't have to think about it. So these are actions that are not controlled by the brain. Okay, you'll fill up what is missing, and also you need to memorize the sequence. These are quite important. I mean, quite common to us for impulse pathway. Okay, like good, no problem. What is missing? Oh, boom. Okay, effector, stimulus to effector, or we call it receptor at the same time, to the brain. Brain will decide, then brain produces impulses and send it to effector. So they are very similar. Just remember effector, effector, or you can write muscles or you can write glands. Okay. So God created, so God created all of this. Yeah, if you believe in God, yes. Okay, jom everybody, next page. Okay, we fast game one, because I want to do as much as I can with you in these 2 hours, okay? Okay, like jom. 5 seconds, okay? Okay, so next picture. Candle with fire, and then the picture shows you what, ouch. Okay, touching something hot lah. Then you can kind of see the picture shows you that the hand. Yeah. What action shown in above diagram specifically to the diagram, and what is the importance? Okay.
Involuntary.
So obviously, you all should know, right? You know what is this? Like you touch something hot, then your hand goes away. So you'll be wondering, should I go for involuntary action or should I go for reflex? Now, I suggest we
Involuntary.
follow as specific as the diagram given. So diagram shows you as touching something hot and reflex away. So I think it's better to write reflex action. Not to say involuntary is wrong, but if your teacher says that, okay, the question already says based on diagram above, let's be specific, it is reflex. But if let's say teacher also accept involuntary, then good lah. Because memang it's under involuntary ma. Not wrong, right? So if you ask me, then I will say you better be specific because question says based on diagram above already, which is a reflex. Then the importance is to prevent you from injury. So any sort of sentence like that, make sure you can mention like, prevent oneself from injury or to prevent ourselves from being burned or something like that. Okay, there you go. So better we write reflex action. So like I said, this really depends on how strict your teacher wants. But the best will be reflex. Okay. Ensure survival. Okay, better not lah. We better write this way. Protect ourselves from injury. Make sure you have keywords like that. Okay. Protect ourselves from serious injury. I'm just writing the longest as I could to show you, but you can as simple as like that. Okay, to prevent ourselves from serious injury or protect ourselves from serious injury. Okay, good. Like next one. Okay, what is the person's reaction and why does the person react this way? Okay, the picture actually gives you answer already, right? So you refer to the picture. So look at the hand, right? So a word for it, it's called withdraw. Very good, withdraw. That's the word we want. So you remember that whenever actions like that, even leg or hand, this is called withdraw. Yeah. So reaction is withdraw hand from candle. Make it as simple as possible. Okay. Then second mark, because 2 marks, yeah. Why like that? It's basically this answer, but a more detailed version. You want to protect yourself from what? From being burned by the candle. Or prevent from scalding also. Can also no problem. Okay, so this is more like a into the situation. So first mark, withdraw hand. So that's a keyword you must have. Let's say in exam, you cannot think of the word withdraw. Then you can say like, the person removes his hand from the fire, something simple. No problem, no problem. Similar, then can. Okay. But maybe don't write like the person take away his hand. Okay. Take away is like weird. Remove is remove. Take away means you need to use your another hand to take away your hand. So try to avoid those. So withdraw away from fire. This will prevent himself from being burnt. Yeah. Or being prevent scalding on his hand also can. Okay, means like 不要烫到不要烫到手。Okay, good. Like then, so always I will remind you to focus on the marks also. If it's 2 marks, means obviously you need 2 points, right? I usually like to like separate my sentence. I try to avoid do a lot of like connective words, because I want to know exactly where I'm answering and what's the keyword. So that's okay. You can do it this way. But sometimes, like I see students like to write a lot of connective words, try to form sentence, try to like showcase English a bit. I suggest not to if unless you're very confident, or else don't try to like connect, make story. Okay, be straightforward, as short as you can, then you move on. Okay, question E. State one other examples of involuntary action controlled by medulla oblongata and one controlled by spinal cord. Okay, so very simple. You just have to give one action by medulla and one action by spinal. You can copy answer from here. Can? Medulla oblongata, spinal. So you just have to do like dot dot lah, like medulla oblongata dot dot. Then you choose Then next line, spinal cord dot dot. Okay, maybe don't want this one because repeated, right? Touching something hot. Maybe not this. Maybe the second one. Okay, like your choose. Don't wait for my answer. Make sure you start writing on your own. Okay. I'll try not to show all the answers to you today because maybe you're so used to copying answers. During exam, you'll be stuck for a bit a moment. Then you're like, hey, how to start really? So you have to try to write on your own, and then do the same thing, the same way of revision in like at home. Try to, especially for those who have no direction, you're thinking like, where should I start? So many things to study. Like this one I don't know, that one I don't know. Then I suggest that you don't start with don't start with reading. Don't like sit down and read. The easier way is straight away do exercise, and through exercise you find answers from my short notes. Then you find out that you along the way, right? You're like, hey, okay, the kick will come. You get the hang of it. Then you will know what to do eventually. You will know what you need to read and which one you miss out. Okay? Start exercise straight away, then find answers. You learn faster. Why is sneezing controlled by medulla oblongata? Sneezing is reflex. So sneezing is not under medulla. Sneezing is under spinal cord. like how to differentiate between actions controlled by middle and spinal cord. So if it's spinal cord, must be reflex. You know what's the meaning of reflex? Reflex is to like dangerous situation, right? To save you from harm. So sneezing because you have a lot of bacteria, dust in your nose. So your body is trying to save you from that, and it gives you a reflex action like chew, then you sneeze everything out. That's like to prevent yourself from sick or getting more viruses. This one is like forever have to do one. The moment you have heartbeat until the moment we all die, this one will carry out every single second. But this one not every single second lah. This is whenever needed. Okay, so I believe you have chosen what you want. Okay, jom, we shall move on to next type of question. Okay, for I question, right, I think I'm gonna do it because I've done I in my normal class with my students, majority who are here. So I think I'll leave I questions for you. But just in case you are new today and then like, wait, no, I need eyes. That's the most difficult part. Then you can go ahead to my YouTube channel. Just type my name, Eugene Science. Then you should be able to find the eye, the ear. I talk about like the organs one by one. I teach from A to Z, zero to hero. That one more detail lah, because today we can't afford to go one by one. So I think we shall try out ear. So you can turn to page 16. Page 16. Okay, we try to talk about ears. Will there be Form 2 science in our midterm exam? Singing you USJ, right? So apparently, okay. So apparently, most of the schools, they don't have the previous form already. That means don't have Form 1 and Form 2 unless your school teacher wants. So for example, like Catholic high school, CHS, their exams always have Form 1 and Form 2. Like their own school come out with their own exam with all the forms. So yeah. Other schools, most probably not. Just Form 3, don't worry. Okay. Okay, so state 2 structures they're not involved in. So for example, I said, I haven't studied for years. Okay, never mind. Don't have to. Just open my short notes. Just try to find the ear section. Just look out for parts that are not involved in hearing. So everybody, you want to figure out? For those who know already, because this is not very difficult, please write down yourself onto the line. Everybody try. Okay, good. Got it, everybody? Quite obvious, right? Does not involve in hearing. Eustachian tube, semicircular canal. See, in this way, right, you learn faster. Then you also know how question asked actually. Like, question like that one. Like that one. Okay, James is acrobatic, who likes to balance on a rope as shown diagram below. Okay, fine. Then what's next? Explain how the part of the ear, like, the part, which part that allows him to be successful in the performance. Okay, like 2 marks means what? First mark, you have to mention what part. Yeah, free answer lah. We just got it just now accidentally. Then second is to answer how that helps. So functional. What's the function of semicircular canal? This one, right? As long as you talk about balancing the body, you should be able to get second mark. So first mark, please mention the parts like semicircular canal. Okay. Then second, you want to talk about like the functional. Can I like your stuff? Semicircular canal. Or you can also do sentence. I'm not stopping you from forming sentences. Okay. So like semicircular canal. First mark is the structure. Then I copy the answer. Okay. Eustachian tube doesn't help. No, Eustachian tube is for your ear pressure. Like, if you take aeroplane or you take lift to very tall buildings, that one Eustachian tube. We have to equalize your pressure, but semicircular is only for balancing lah. Okay, like everybody. So remember, this is just my way of writing sentences. Everyone has different level of English, right? So be sure of use your own way also. Maybe like I suggest like even now, after you see my answer, right? But you know you're not gonna write this way, right? For your own sentences. You can use your own way to write. So that you get familiar with it, right? Then exam you won't panic. Uh, because if you copy mine for like entirely, then when you want to start to write your own, then you stuck one, you like, hey, oh, never tried on my own. So difficult, huh? What happens if our eustachian tube is damaged? If your eustachian tube is damaged, hmm, actually nothing much will happen. No lah, joking. Of course, it affects the pressure equalization. That means you have difficulty in equalizing your air pressure in your head. But eustachian tube, very less likely damaged one, unless you're talking about accident, people slap your face, then you kena injury on your ear. That one is like overall already lor. You won't have like eustachian damage only one. That's too small already. Unlike like you say eardrum damage, okay, fine, that one can, because like if it's too loud noise, your eardrums can burst or can crack. That one can. But eustachian tube never usually don't get any much of injury one. Okay, everybody, next one. Reno likes to study while wearing earphones, loud music for long term. Explain the effect. Okay, this one also can find, I think. I remember it is here. Damage to the ear due to microorganism, injury, aging, continuous exposure to loud sound. So very simple, 2 marks, right? So I think first of all, we want to say that, loud sound damage the ear. But damage which part though? You can be specific. You can say damaged eardrum. You can say damaged cochlea or receptor if it's too loud. Okay. So therefore 2 marks. Boom. Okay, this is your first part. First mark, damaged receptors in the cochlea or just damaged receptors in the ear. Second mark, what happened? You can have temporary deafness or permanent deafness. Okay. Is it okay if I write eardrum become less elastic? Actually, not recommended because loud noise. Okay, or I should explain like that. Eardrum less elastic, right, is usually due to like aging. So if you loud noise, loud noise, right, it doesn't really cause inelasticity. It probably cause like punctured or like too loud already, then crack. So I suggest not to write less elastic because less elastic are usually when you age, the membrane becomes not that good in vibrating. So better not. What is elastic? Rubber band, no? Like rubber band, like that, elastic, toy, elastic. Must we mention the word receptors if you want to write cochlea? Okay, it's either you write damaged cochlea or you can write damaged receptors, also acceptable. You can do like can damage the cochlea, like that, can, no problem. Okay, there you go. If I study and do this module, can I get at least 80 to 90? This is so subjective, right? But I think I should say that my material, my short notes, and my exercise can can help you to do things in super speed. Like you can shorten your study time. You don't have to sit down and read too much. So you sort of like combine both together, like combine exercise and studying at the same time. So yeah, I would say shorten your time. Whether you get 80 or 90 marks, that really depends. So I can't tell for sure, right? You can also study everything I give you, but you fail. Or you could also study everything, you get like just passing, or you get so yeah, maybe maybe you can, maybe you not. So but I believe if you follow accordingly, no problem lah. Okay, right? Like C, yeah, everybody. Okay, so you want to circle the part that is involved in hearing. Why do I have lines? Okay, just circle, lah, right? Circle the one that is hearing. So maybe your photostating is not too clear. K is pointing at the eardrum. L is pointing at semicircular canal. J, that's J. L is pointing cochlea. M is eustachian. So the question wants what? Hearing one, involved in hearing. So that's definitely not semicircular canal. This one not hearing, eustachian not hearing. This is what we just mentioned. So it's either K or L. Either one. Okay, up to you. Then no need write on the line. It's okay. It's okay. Right, question 2. Explain the effect if part K is punctured. Okay. Like eardrum punctured. I think we look out for the function first. Let's say you didn't study yet. I don't know what's the function. Eardrum punctured. Eardrum is to vibrate and send to the ossicle, right? Okay, that's the function. So if eardrum punctured, I think the most straightforward thing is you would think of like deaf law. Okay, lose hearing ability law. Yeah. Okay, that is just 1 mark lah, by the way. So you always have to look at the marks that the question gives you. Okay. Now, so 2 marks. Loss of hearing, that's just 1 mark. You need to explain the effect. So what happened is, if you know the function of eardrum is to transfer vibration to the ossicles, then now you have to do the opposite. Eardrum punctured, then cannot transfer to the ossicle, cannot transfer vibration to the ossicle, or cannot transfer vibration to the middle ear. 1 mark. Second mark, only you write what you wanted to write just now, which is loss of hearing and whatnot. Okay, so be very cautious on the marks of the question. If you just write punctured, it's just 1 mark. Okay, I mean loss of hearing is just 1 mark. Okay, like opposite function, then only I say sound cannot be heard or loss of hearing, whichever. Okay, L is not auditory nerve. Looks like it, but no, I think it's cochlear. Auditory nerve is like behind this one. This is auditory nerve. So I think L is still at the cochlear area lah. What is punctured? Punctured means 好的穿洞，你会听华语是吧？穿破了叫做 punctured. Okay. Unable to vibrate properly according to the frequency of sound wave, cannot be transferred to ossicles and causes permanent. Okay, Ken Kershon, your answer is all right. Can I write sound vibration is not produced? Actually similar. You can do that. Singing, you can do that, but make sure you top up this one. Cannot transfer to the next one. Cannot transfer to ossicles or cannot transfer to middle ear. You top up this one. Okay. Okay. Okay, like next one. When traveling on hilly road, Jeremy feels pain in his ear as the okay. Um what to do? Okay, like just say we take aeroplane or we go up to very tall buildings. So what do you all do? Like when you have pressure in your ear. So you have to okay lah, there's so many ways, different people, different method. Let's do the general one lah. Okay. Like you want to create like a jaw motion. So swallowing is good. Swallowing saliva is good. Yawning is good. I know there's like so many other ways, like uh, sing a song or what, chewing gum. Nonetheless, whatever you want to write, it still comes back to the same motion of jaw. So you write this kind of answer lah. Yeah. Uh, try not to write like other fancy one like eating chewing gum, having your siblings to scare you. Then try not to write all those. Okay. Why swallow saliva? Because chewing and swallowing, this kind of motion sort of stretch your muscles on your neck, which helps to stretch the eustachian tube. Eustachian tube is here. So you're trying to like exercise the muscles a bit, so that will help to equalize the pressure. Okay. Taking a sip of water, better not lah. That belongs to swallowing. I think you want to say like swallow water maybe. Swallowing a little bit of water. But sipping of water doesn't explain much, right? The main thing is swallowing, remember? Okay. Are they connected? Yeah, they're connected. They're just right beside. Your neck muscle, that is here. Right? This is your eustachian tube. Then here is your neck already. No? Your head is here. No? This is your neck. Okay, they're all together, like nearby. Lah. Okay, so explain why the pain occur. Okay, this has to be your Form 2 syllabus though, a bit on the air pressure and the altitude. So hilly road means you're going up, right? So when you go up, altitude increase, air pressure decrease, right? Going higher, air pressure decrease. So when air pressure decrease, right, the pressure in your ears increase. Outside decrease, your body, there's a lot of gaps, there's a lot of empty spaces in your head, right? Those have air, right? Then the air pressure decrease. So when air pressure decrease in your head, when air pressure increase in your head but air pressure outside decrease, the pressure in your head pushes the eardrum. The pressure in your head pushes the eardrum. So that is what causing the pain. Okay, like this is how you explain. Well, make sure you explain that pressure decrease. 1 mark. Your head has higher pressure than outside. 2nd mark. Okay. Okay, no problem. Okay, like jump. Next one. What should we do? I think nose one quite straightforward. Nose one for you. So 14 for you. We shall try. We shall try tongue maybe, like taste. If you're done, you can move on to 15, everybody. How were you at 15? Question 15. Okay, like maybe 10 more seconds, everybody moving in 10 more seconds. Okay, let's go. Boom. Tongue. Okay, like you want to quickly draw the lines for the food and the taste, so you all can refer also lah. Short notes. You'll be like, I don't remember the tongue. Okay lah, look for the tongue. Don't worry, it's here. Okay. Like you all try. Why does atmospheric pressure decrease? Uh because the higher the altitude, the lesser the air molecules, lesser the oxygen, so the lesser the air pressure. The lower the altitude, the more air molecules are concentrated because there's gravity. So more air molecules means more collision of air particles, so therefore air pressure increase. So long story short, the higher you go, the lower the air pressure. The lower you go, like sea level where we are staying now, has higher air pressure. Okay, can draw. You all have to refer to the part law if you all don't remember which is which. So A is bitter lah, by the way. C is sour. D is the center. The center is umami. B is salty, and E is sweet. Okay. Chicken and broccoli. Chicken is bitter. Huh? What the? What? Chicken is no. Chicken is umami. Fried chicken lah. Fried chicken. Fried. It's very like ooh, like yum yum. Tasty. Umami. So that means that means broccoli is bitter. Like what? Never mind lah, we do kick out method lah. So if what is left is bitter, then we will give it, right? Because salt is B ma, lemon is sour ma, fried chicken is umami. Umami means like savory, like seafood, chicken, like meat, that kind of flavor lah. Cake should go to E. So then how? You tell me how. Broccoli is bitter. Actually, if you eat raw broccoli, it tastes slightly bitter. No? But broccoli is not bitter. Why you so you love broccoli, that's why you cannot accept. Why? Okay, like I also don't know why. The question wants to do kick out method, then you do kick out method. What is left will be the answer. Okay. Okay, next one. I'm sorry. Your love for broccoli. Can why part E detect sweet taste and give a reason? Huh? Why E taste sweet and give a reason? Because it's sweet love taste. So how this kind of question, right? The simpler it sounds like, right? The simpler it sounds like, the more difficult you want to answer. So why that particular part can taste that particular taste is because that particular part has more of that taste buds. You get it? So same lah, whatever lah, no matter C, D, B, E. So some question says why E detects sweet taste. Very simple. You just have to say because that part E has more receptors to taste, to detect sweet taste. So yeah, we're talking about the receptors, correct? The keyword here is receptors. So can part E detect sweet taste? Yes, of course. First mark. Sounds a bit dumb, right, the question, but yes, of course. Then second mark, because there is higher number of receptor to detect taste. There you go.
Teacher.
So can I write has more sweet taste receptor? Has yeah can or higher number better because I think higher number is better because that's what textbook says. What causes sensitivity is the number of receptors. Okay, so other parts can detect sweet also, right? Yeah, can. The whole tongue can detect any other taste, but it's just that part is more sensitive. How do we explain if that, like, what question? Like, can other part taste sweet taste as well?
Can
And then
we
you say
say
yes,
sweet?
can. Then why? Because the other parts contains receptors, but at a lower number, contain the sweet receptors, but at a lower number.
Can we
I
say
usually won't
sweet?
ask this kind of
Can we
question.
say sweet
Ever, I actually
receptors?
never saw like, any of this type. Usually they always ask you, is that part able to taste this? Is that part able to taste that?
Can we say sweet receptors? Can
Each
we say
receptors can only detect one taste. No. Each receptors can detect any other taste, but it's just that particular area the receptors are more sensitive towards like salty, towards that. You put salt behind your tongue, you still can taste saltiness, right? But in the side here is like more sensitive. Okay. Can we write sweet receptors? Okay, better not lah. You better write receptors detects sweet taste lah. So we don't write sweet receptors, bitter receptors. This is what we say, but we don't write that way. Okay. Fried chicken is an example of umami. Any other examples? Okay, like remember seafood, chicken, soup, mushrooms, salty stuff, right? Usually. Cheese, cheese is not umami, eh. No, lah, better not write cheese. Cheese is not really umami though. Don't write MSG also because MSG is the how to say MSG is the food additives. It's not a food by itself. MSG is not a food. We write a food like that. Tomato. I don't think so. Tomato. Porridge. Huh? No lah, no porridge. Bile. Bile is bitter, by the way. What is tempeh? Oh, tempeh is you all know it's an Indonesian snack. Indonesian food. It's like it's all the yellow beans together. They ferment the bean and then become very like salty one. Then they deep fry, and becomes very crunchy. That's called tempeh. Cheese. I think don't write cheese. Cheese is not under umami though. In textbook got say cheese and MSG. I know MSG is umami, but we don't write because umami is the how do I say 调味料, right? Is the additives. MSG is the additive that you add to food. It's not the food itself. Okay. But is cheese? I might be wrong. I'm not sure. Let me look for it. I might be wrong. If is cheese? Oh, cheese it is though. I mean, according to Google lah. Yeah. So you know what, guys? If you want to avoid like wrong answers, try not to write like two out of the range that we usually makan. No? You stick to like chicken soup, mushroom, seaweed. These are good. What about salmon? Fish also can actually. Fish is okay. Salmon is okay, I think. Yeah. Seafood lah. Seafood is umami. Okay. Is human muscle umami? I think if human muscle or meat or bones were to make soup, right, I think should be umami. But seaweed is salty. Yeah, the seaweed we eat is salty because they put a lot of salt. But fresh seaweed by itself, we make miso soup, seaweed and all that is umami. Okay. Why is tomato not umami? Okay, let me check. I might be wrong. I don't know. I don't know all the food of umami. Okay. Is tomato umami? I think so. What of many plant food that provide umami in Western traditional? Oh yeah, tomato is umami. Wow. Its attractive, full, rounded, meaty flavor comes from its heavy glutamate. Okay, umami, tomato. But let me tell you first, this kind of answer, right? If your teacher marking scheme don't have, you all better have a backup to argue. That means you make sure your teacher give you wrong already. You want to write like other food, then make sure you find yourself support on facts. Okay. What about seawater? Definitely. The fragrance from garlic is classified under what? Garlic. The fragrance of the smell or the taste. Smell is smell. Smell is different. It's not under the tongue. I say your name. Wait, don't say my name. I am no one. Your teacher be like, what are you talking about? Who Yi Who's Yi? I don't know. I give you wrong. No. My name, no good, everybody. Don't use my name. Okay, explain how a certain taste of food can be detected. And write the role of saliva. Saliva for what? I think we need to check the sequence. Food dissolve in saliva. So saliva for what? Saliva is to dissolve food lah, opposite. First mark. Then what? Okay, you see, you have to dissolve food so that the chemicals can dissolve into your taste buds so that your receptors can be stimulated. I think this will be your first point. This will be your second point. 2 marks. Yeah, 2 marks. Okay, like boom. Everybody. Okay, saliva is to dissolve chemical, and then next one is to stimulate your receptor and send impulses to the brain. Make sure you have those keywords. However you want to write in English sentence, that's fine, okay? Tastes so good, nom nom. Or you like fried garlics, Okay, not bad. I need to wash the mouth afterwards. Dissolve chem subs. Is it correct if I write digest instead of dissolve? Oh, no. Digest is digestion. Dissolve is dissolve. It's garlic umami. Okay. You all want to test me one, is it? You want to test me to my limit? I search for you. Is garlic? I feel so umami. Is garlic umami? No. Wait. I need to read properly. Oh, yes. Garlic belongs to umami. What about milk? Okay. I search for your milk. I don't think. Wait, I type into the chat box. I type to who sing name lol is milk umami. Oh, whoa. I think it is not clearly said, but I think it is. Full. You know what, guys? Breast milk is high in amino acid and delivers the taste of umami. Lol. I think so, yeah. Okay. Because that's what makes cheese as well. So cheese it is, I guess. How about liang jie? What the? You mean how, like, what's the taste of liang jie? Seriously. Okay, next one. During dinner, Siti's grandmother complained the soup was tasteless, but Siti felt that the soup was salty. Both Siti and grandmother did not have flu. No flu, no flu, no flu, everybody. Why does these two people have different? Okay, so very simple. The clue here is about age. Because as you grow older, your taste buds becomes less sensitive. So 3 marks, everybody. Number one, you want to say that the grandmother aging due to age, loss of sensitivity, taste buds, loss of taste buds. Then number two, you say, so therefore grandmother cannot taste the soup well. Number three, Siti is young, so Siti is okay. Three points. So you see, this kind of question, try not to write a lot. Try not to do karangan. I know a lot of you like try to you throw all the facts that you know, right? Because insurance you just want to be safe. You throw everything in. The risk is might not get any marks. Because if teacher never find any of the keywords, then you won't be able to get marks. Okay? So make sure don't write karangan. Keep it short and simple and straightforward. Yeah. I know the feeling you want to write a lot to feel safe, to feel, the good feeling of writing a lot, but usually never work one. Okay? So exam, can I write breast milk? You can write, but no marks. And then risk being called up to the discipline room by your school teacher. Can write loss of taste receptors. Can also. Loss of taste receptors is okay. Okay, if I write 6 points for 3 points question and 3 points wrong, but other 3 points correct, will I get full marks? Okay. You're talking about making it into sentences, right? So it affects, because if your sentences doesn't make sense, it's contradicting, then cannot one. So I suggest in exam, better not write extra stuff. If I write like how you write, can I get what? Can I get marks one? Like very sure. What do you mean? You mean the answers that I've been giving all to you is not getting you full marks? I am not offended at all. Not offended at all. Can I? Hey, Kayen. I saw your name that I remember. Wait. Thank you. Woohoo! Thank you for your gift. It's in my room with me. Thank you very much. But to answer your question, yes, you can get marks like that. I like it this way because it's more organized and I know where my point comes from and I'm writing sentences. I'm not doing short form. I'm not writing dash age dash less sense. No, I'm not doing that. I'm writing sentences, but I just like to separate it. You all can continue here one. But also your school exam paper might not have a lot of lines sometimes, so you are forced to continue. Okay. Can I send a Father's Day gift to you? Thank you. No need no need waste money Santosh. Thank you very much for your heart, for your kindness. I received through online. Thank you very much. I will get 100 for science. Well, as you wish. I hope you get 100 marks too. Yes, I am, Kayan. Okay, next, anybody? So remember, 2 marks, 3 marks, 4 marks, don't write karangan. It's very risky. Writing a lot and then coming back getting this, you'll be very disappointed. Okay, question F. The taste of food is better when serving hot compared to cold. Okay, very simple. Hot tastes better because hot food does, what's that called? The smell of food, there's a word, there's a proper word for it, like something very nice, like you smell the
Chemical
smell of
substances.
nasi lemak, so
Chemical substances.
the aroma. That's right. The aroma, my friends. So aroma more, or hot food release more vapor. Okay, good. That's a good answer also. Hot food release more vapor or more aroma. First point. Second point. More vapor, more aroma means more chemicals goes into your receptor. Smells good, tastes good. Everything comes together. 50%. Smell and taste works. 50, almost 50%, 50% together. So first mark, hot food, more chemicals released into the air, or more aroma, or more vapor released into the air. So then number two, the receptors will detect the aroma and food tastes better, something like that. Okay, good. Wait, let me look at the time now. So 5. Okay, right. Like we still can do a few for chapter 1. So we can do 16 now. I think we go for the skin, shall we? Skin. Okay, jom, like 5 more seconds. We shall get to the next question. Okay, like, uh, might as well, right? Since we're here, like we can label the 3 layers that we have. So the first layer, it's called the epidermis. The second layer is called, oh, there's 2. The second layer is called the dermis. The third layer is called the fatty layer. Okay, right. So then we have 5 receptors. So the question is asking, name receptor P and sorry, it's blocking. I think P and Q lah. Okay, P and Q lah. Yeah. So P is pointing at this. Q is pointing at this. Okay, quite obvious one, everybody. Remember, the one that is nearest in your epidermis, which is the most important feeling that you need to feel, is pain. Okay, pain receptor. Then the second one, second closest to the surface of the skin, which is P. You know what's that? It's called touch, right? Yeah, it's called touch. You have to feel pain first. Then the second thing you have to feel is touch, right? Then the next one is in the middle part. Okay, this is rather sometimes confusing to you. So everybody, this is how you recognize. The one that looks like leaves. Does that look like leaves to you? Okay, the one that looks like leaves is heat. And the one that looks like the circle in the center, that is cold. So these two are like in the same level, but sometimes very confusing because they look very similar. So heat is the leaf shape, remember, because hot you use your leaf to fan yourself. Like a tree leaves, big tree leaves to fan yourself. That's how I memorize. Okay, make way for yourself. Then cold is the other one. Then Q should be the lowest, which is called the pressure receptor. Yes, answer will be later. I send you the link. Don't worry for the answer. How many layers are there? 3 layers, by the way. Epidermis, dermis, fatty layer. Okay, good, everybody. Okay, next one. 2 factors affect the sensitivity of skin. Okay, let's go to the skin part here. 2 factors that affects the sensitivity. I like answer your copy. The number of receptor and the thickness of epidermis. I'm so tempting to. I'm actually very hungry now. You're hungry? It's 5 though. It's like tea time. And what a timely snacks box gift. Actually, I got this. Actually, I got this sometime already, but I didn't have chance to see you and talk to you. So this Kit Kat. Okay, so like boom. Okay. So how do the factors mentioned in A2, numbers of receptors, affects the sensitivity? Okay, you all can do like the sentence. Okay. The higher the number of receptors on skin layer, the more sensitive, something like that. And do the same thing for the other. So you need two. The thinner the epidermis layer, the more sensitive or the more sensitivity, something like that. So like two sentences of the. Can you try on that? Then I'll show you my answers later lah, to double check a bit. Okay. More receptors found on the skin, more sensitive the skin. And the other one also same. Okay. Like it's a the sentence. Yeah. I'm starving for the day, so that can be muscular. Do you think it's necessary to memorize all the answers here as preparation? No, of course not. Don't memorize answer. You should sort of remember the knowledge, the keywords instead of memorizing the answer. Because you won't, I can assure you, you won't meet the same question in exam. Right? How can you see the same question, right? I don't think so. Yeah. The more thick the epidermis is, okay, grammar wise, I need to adjust a bit. The thicker the epidermis. Wait, no. The more number found on the skin. Oh no, you need to separate, Kayan. You have to do two. If you want to talk about thickness, then you will say the thinner the epidermis layer is, the more sensitive the skin is. Like that. And then you need to do another one. The more number of receptor found on the skin. Yes, correct. Santosh, your answer is correct. Sharing is caring. Please share your Kit Kat to us. Why not? Everybody, take a break. Kit Kat. But my Kit Kat is. Hello. We have a break. It's tea time anyways, right? Yeah. Yeah, you need two answers. Everybody, you need two. Mine seems like you're right one. You need two, right? I'll show you. Okay, can. Of course, slightly different. But you can like check a bit, adjust a bit. Promoting Kit Kat. No lah. Right. Long time I've not tried Kit Kat. You all have snacks with you? It's tea time though. Get a drink. Maybe get a drink, get something to buy on. Yeah, correct. Kayan, that's the correct answer. The more sensitive. Okay, the more sensitive the skin towards stimulus, you must add that one. You cannot write the more sensitive the stimulus is. No. Stimulus is what coming from the outside. Like touch, heat, light, sound. Those are called stimulus. All good, right? Everybody, can I change to another page? Okay. Haven't. So long. The rest y'all can try the next page. I can assure you, you can find the answer in short notes. Question B. Okay, Xingning, finish? Okay, cool. Right. So, how blind identify the value of money? Okay, like here. Mm, so I mean, we know that this thing where blind men have to read braille with the fingertips and they touch the raised figure on, like it's called the braille. So for 100 ringgit, right? It's here, this one, the three lines. No lah, we don't have to say like, oh, the blind man have to touch the left bottom corner. No, you don't have to say that. I'm just showing you. So, 2 marks. Make sure you remember the two things that you want to mention, which is number one, use what organ? So finger. Okay. Number two, you touch the raised figure, or I should say the braille on the money note. Make sure you have these two. Okay. Right. So stimulus equals the surrounding that stimulate you. Stimuli. No, same thing. Stimulus is singular. Stimuli is plural. They're both the same. Yes, Santosh. Lol. You didn't put Jonto, I go print. Oh, Jonto. Okay, right. Jonto. Money note got raised figure there. This one, the corner here. You touch 1 ringgit to every money also got their own pattern one. Then you can feel slightly with your finger. Remove the ha. Why give me the set fake Kali? Is that what you want? Oh, you want to print out the money? Okay. Then you be at jail though. Okay, Jom, done what else? Okay, the animal, very simple one. Maybe I do plants with you. The last part. Then we already. We go the chapter 2. Okay. Tropism, everybody, very simple topic as well. Although everyone hates plant, but trust me, plants are actually the simpler question to ask because everything is fixed. They're pretty much like that means like that. So there's 4 trapezium lah, towards the sun, towards the gravity, towards the water, towards the climbing, tendrils, and nestic movement is another category by itself, which is especially talking about touch, like mimosa, right? Okay, let's see what we've got here. Okay, so obviously this one got sun, this is a black box, and then first question, what is meant by positive phototropism? No, sorry, positive tropism. This one can copy answer. Positive tropism is the part of the plant that grows towards the stimulus. Copy. Answer. Like what is the difference stigma and nestic movement other than directional? There's two, Santosh. Directional is one, directional, non-directional, and one is permanent and not permanent. Stigma is permanent. Forever you need to climb upwards, but nestic you close already, you open after a while. Okay, everybody, that's the definition. Okay, we need to draw the condition after 5 days, which is to grow towards the lubang lah. Everyone knows this. So for the sake of saving some times, don't worry. You all don't draw first. I have answers for you anyways. Let's just save time. I show you, then we go on to the next part. Okay. So you just have to draw towards the lubang and also draw the sun to show that it is towards the sun. Okay, so what's the response of the plant in A2? So what's this? This is going towards the sunlight. So you'll be thinking phototropism, but make sure you add the word positive. Positive means I want to grow towards the sun. That's why you have to add the word positive. Okay. Then can I just write phototropism? I don't think so. Usually your teacher won't allow that because that's like how we want to explain that you want to grow towards something. You better write positive. Okay. Good. Okay, next one. Ming carry out experiment to study the response of the roots of a seedling towards water. Okay lah, this is hydro lah. Okay, based on result, how does the root of the plant responds to water? How the roots respond? Isn't that obvious? The plant, the roots grow towards the water. Simple. Sometimes simple questions like that could caught you off guard. Like, wait, how? What am I talking about? Like, how am I supposed to answer? So actually very simple. The root grow towards the water. Okay. Good, no problem. Okay, Okay, next page. Important of this response. Why? Why must you go to water? Okay, this one can copy answer also. Why go to water? Importance of hydrotropism is to allow roots to obtain water, carry out photo. Like the whole thing. Okay, like. Teacher, I got one prop. Whatever easy question, I take it as K but question, and easy question, I take it as K but question. Whatever easy question, I take it as K but question, and easy question, I take it as K but question. Isn't that the same thing? To me, I don't really care about K bar or not K bar one. I make sure my answer is from syllabus and textbook, then can already. Be it the whole exam paper is K bar, but I can assure you, your answer has to be related to your syllabus one. Your teacher won't come up with questions that are too far away that you probably don't know how to answer based on your syllabus. So I just have to make sure my points, my keywords, my explanation is from textbook or from my short notes. Will plant die because they are exhausted from doing tropism? No. Like you won't say that you want to die because you have to eat every day. That's your survival, right? Like, oh, I'm so tired. I have to eat 3 meals every day. No, you have to. That's to live. Does plant get fed up doing photosynthesis? Do you fed up eating every day? Will I get mark if I don't write dissolve mineral salt? I just write mineral salt. No problem here. Dissolve, no dissolve is okay. Okay. C. Why is it important that shoot of the plant does not respond the same way as the root? It's like yeah, they both have different jobs, right? Luckily that the leaf doesn't work like how the root work, because or else then the whole plant will be growing down into the gravity all the way down to the water. Then where's the plant? There's no plant on the surface on earth. So it's very important for us to do our own responsibility, right? You do your job, I do my job, something like that. So shoots luckily does not do the same way as roots, so that the shoots can find sunlight instead of getting water and gravity. Okay, this one sometimes question you really have to learn from exercise. Yeah. Okay. So the shoot of the plant shows negative for hydrotropism. That means I don't want to follow the roots, so that the shoot can grow towards the light. Luckily, I don't follow the roots, so I can grow where I should grow. Okay. Okay. Lai, then we go to the next one. Formula for photosynthesis is CO2 plus H2O by chlorine sunlight to grow. Yep, correct. Okay, good. I think the next two also can copy answer one from my show notes. What is meant by nested movement? Nested movement. I think it's in front. Like, you're good. Shall we move? Can copy exactly the whole sentence. Okay. Uh, uh, nested movement is a response towards stimulus such as touch. Like, is your answer. Okay. Good. Then the next one is asking example also from your short notes here. For example, mimosa responds to touch by folding the leaf in. Okay, your copy from here. This is the first one. This is the second one. Okay. Can I write Venus flytrap? Yes, you can. But make sure you explain a bit. Like, you want to say like Venus flytrap closes up when flies enters it or something like that. Oh, you want screenshot? Can. Later, all of you all got short notes, right? You all know where to find. Then I go back for whoever the rest. There you go. Okay, I think we can go chapter 2 already. Jump. Like, everyone done? You shall flip to chapter 2, question 9. Your YouTube got video about chapter 2 gaseous section. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I have a detailed video about the diffusion of oxygen, carbon dioxide, and blah blah blah. Okay. Venus flytrap closes when insects lands in it. Kylie can. Teacher, I joined seminar at USA right now. Am I hardworking? What? For real? Chapter 2, by the way, is you flip over lah, then you will find the like this one, number 9, page 33. Okay, number 9, page 33. Okay, jump. Chapter 2. Speaking about this mechanism of breathing for human model and also the this one, the bell jar model. So you all can look at your short notes, just a few pages away. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to fill up the PQRS with the parts here. So I can zoom it bigger for you. Like your Travis, P representing one, Q representing one. Then at the meanwhile, you want to memorize a bit which part they represent. And then the sequence of inhale, exhale, you have to memorize. That one quite important. This one. This one quite important. The sequence of inhalation, exhalation. Okay, good. Right. Double check. Boom. Trachea, bronchus, lung, and diaphragm. Okay, good. Okay, next one. What is the breathing process that occurred when rubber sheet pull downwards? Okay, like pull down is what? Inhale or exhale? If you're not sure, then again, refer lah, don't worry. Pull down, that's for this part. Push up, that's for the other. So that's called your inhalation. So pulling down is inhalation. Okay, then you have to explain this one I have to memorize already, no choice. You have to memorize inhalation in human. I try to put all the darker words, the bold words into the sentence so it sounds like that, okay? Try to cram all of them inside. Yeah. 2 marks though. So you cannot, like, you have to explain the process. Yeah. Can R be alveoli? No. It's definitely lung because alveoli is very detailed. We are just talking about the main organs. Okay. What does the glass jar represent? The glass jar represents thoracic cavity. Thoracic cavity. The whole lung area is called thoracic cavity. Okay, so literally I just cram all the words together. During inhalation, your intercostal muscle means your rib cage muscle contract. So when your rib cage muscle contract, it actually means it expands. So your whole chest become like bigger because your muscle kind of contracts it up. Okay, so your ribs will move up and out. So diaphragm, the bottom part, where below your lungs, the diaphragm will contract and flatten. So overall, the volume of your chest become bigger. So therefore, when volume increase, pressure decrease, air is forced into your lung. Okay. What is contract? Contract like muscles, to explain muscles where how you, let's say you contract your muscle arm, like you try to like it's called contract. Okay, for muscle term. Okay, good, everybody. Like, shall we get to question D? What is the breathing process? This one opposite already. I saw the word pushed up. So when pushed up means the volume lesser, that's where you exhale. So exhalation. Yeah. Okay, easy. A thin rubber sheet is used in the model instead of a thick rubber sheet. Why? Okay, very simple. Why we want to use a thin rubber sheet? Because thinner rubber sheet can stretch easily. You stretch better than the thicker one. So that's it. We just have to explain that it is easier to be stretched. Okay, easier to be stretched. Compare, make sure you talk about the other side. Compare to, there's 2 marks also. Yeah, easier to be stretched compared to thick rubber sheet. Okay, good. Can we say it is more elastic? Can. It's the same meaning. Elasticity, it means stretching also. So acceptable. Okay, good. Okay, like then F, you want to fill up the sequence? Yeah, fill up the sequence of inhalation, exhalation. It's here, don't worry. Breathing mechanism. Okay, check everybody. What? Punch the diaphragm to exhale. What? Amy, Hello. Easy to pull up and down. Um, you can add that on, Santosh, but make sure you do a comparison sentence. A thin rubber sheet can stretch easily compared to a thick rubber sheet, so it is easily to pull up and down like that. Okay? Make sure you comparison. Okay, everybody, you're writing down the sequence, right? No problem, right? Okay, noise. Next one. Good. Structure X prevents food from entering the trachea. Oh, there's this part that, okay. Prevent food from entering trachea. So like what's the name? It's called the epiglottis. Okay, epiglottis. And question number 2, explain how epiglottis function when a person is breathing. Wait, when you breathe, do you open or do you close epiglottis? Because epiglottis is to prevent food from going into trachea. So when you want to breathe means you have to open up. I think about that. You have to really, sometimes you cannot copy answer in exam, right? You can think about it. So, by the way, it's here. What happened during breathing there? Ta-da! Copy straight away from the textbook. Epiglottis move up or opens. Better to say move up. What open here is the trachea open. It's not really the epiglottis open. So epiglottis move up, causing trachea to open. Okay, this one is the second answer to explain how it works during breathing. Then if question asks during swallowing, then you will say epiglottis drops down to close the trachea. Okay, shall we? Oh, boom. Exactly the same. Okay, I just copy. Right, let's move on to next one, shall we? Okay, moving in 5 seconds. Okay, let's go. This one. Why I did not cover the answer. Okay, page 34. No, you did not see anything. Nothing. You did not see anything. Question 11. Page 34. Okay, this one is the detailed version of gaseous exchange, like in the alveolus level, the smaller part one. So it's actually the next page here. This one. Okay, so you want to do the labeling first. Very easy. So we are talking about oxygen going in, carbon dioxide coming out. That will be your inhale and exhale air. Okay, you want to try first? Right? Then I show you later. Okay, good. Bam, bam. Inhale air, exhale air, carbon dioxide, oxygen. Then number 3 is pointing at, I think this is like the blood vessels. The whole tube outside is called the blood vessels. And then the inside is the alveolus, the balloon that you're looking at. Okay, good. Easy, Like, the choices are next page. Okay, next one. Functional alveoli. Okay, you know what? This is where it's like an LRT station. People come into the station, people go onto the train, people get down of the station, people come into the station. So this is the place where diffusion happens or gaseous exchange. A site for gaseous exchange, correct. Okay, gaseous exchange. Good. Okay, how does oxygen move from alveolus into, this is where you throw in your keyword. This keyword is the most important keyword of all in your chapter 2. How gas move into blood capillary through the, okay lah, this one, how can you not know, right? Yes, diffusion, correct. Okay, what is site? Site means like a place. Site means like a place for exchange. Okay, how does oxygen transported in the blood? You know, like let's say like you cannot drive now, right? So if you want to go out, you order Grab to send you. Blood cannot travel by itself. I mean, oxygen cannot travel by itself, right? So oxygen have to combine with someone else. Do you remember? The driver that comes and pick up the blood, and blood gets into the car and sit down to combine with something. The question wants that. Do you remember what's the thing called? Blood have to combine with something in the red blood cell. So we're not writing red blood cells, yeah. Something in the red blood cell. You all can find the spelling here also. Right? Got it? Make sure you spell hemoglobin correctly. Yeah. Chenchira. So spell correctly. Okay, so that's called hemoglobin, correct. When they combine together, they form oxyhemoglobin. There you go. Okay. For 1/2M question, do we have to write full sentence for the answer? The mark does not come from full sentence or not full sentence, right? The mark comes from whether your points, your keywords are there or not. So whether you form full sentence or not doesn't really matter, but make sure your sentence are understandable. Don't have to be full. Like, for example, see, I just write through diffusion or just the word diffusion. You want to write full sentence, okay, man, doesn't matter, because again, the marks doesn't come from whether you write full sentence or not full sentence. But of course lah, if it's 2 marks, right, you expect to explain things one mark, confirm have to be sentence. So 1 mark sometimes have to be sentence, maybe sometimes not, you know. It depends what question is asking. Okay, like for example, question ask, state the process. Then you'll be writing diffusion only, no? You don't have to write the process that take place. Don't have to just write diffusion. But when question asks how do they travel, then you write hemoglobin. Cannot, doesn't make sense. So you must write, sentence combined with hemoglobin. So I got this question a lot of times, like a lot of people wondering, like, should I full sentence or should I not full sentence? So my answer to you is the marks doesn't depend on whether you write full sentence or not. It's whether you have the correct answer or the points, like that. Okay. What factor determine the rate of exchange? Rate of exchange means how fast. How fast the exchange of oxygen between alveolus and blood capillary. How fast that the alveoli send blood into the blood vessels. What do you think? How fast do I send oxygen? It depends. Okay, not the factor, not the efficiency factor, not the moist wall, thin wall. No, not that one. I'm glad that you all remember that, but not that one. Think more. How? Okay, I carry blood. I carry oxygen. I'm red blood cells. When I arrived at the location, hello guys, delivery oxygen. Then you'll be looking at me like, oxygen. Anybody? Anybody wants? Anybody order? No? No? No oxygen. No order. Then will I diffuse? No, right? Then I'll be like, no one order? Okay, see you later. Then I'll go to the next station. So whether I diffuse or how fast I diffuse is depending on how much you want, right? So we call that as does that ring a word in your head already? Concentration. Okay, very obvious already, right? Concentration. It depends on concentration. If the concentration is low, imagine when I open the door, hello, delivery oxygen, then you all come and take all the oxygen away. Then we're like, wow, so hungry. Oh, take. Okay. That means low concentration, diffusion very fast. If I come to you all, I open the door of the LRT and then you all like don't want, no one want to take, then of course no diffusion or diffusion slow. Get it? So it depends on concentration. Okay? Gotta say thank you, teacher, because you buy the app to show us the eye and the heart. Yeah. Oh, my YouTube video is it? Right. You're welcome. No problem. Because I need that to teach anyways, right? What if the question why if the question specify alveolus? Oh, because we're talking about alveolus, then alveolus go into blood vessel, that's why the question says alveolus. Alveolus and blood capillary. Yeah, wait, I don't understand your question actually. But you get it, right? It is already on alveolus and blood capillary. Okay, I thought that's it, but we have to still answer why. Okay, explain your answer in why. Okay, very simple. Now we have to lay out examples. If the blood capillary is low concentration, then the alveolus, then the oxygen will diffuse into the blood capillary very quickly. Does that make sense to you? Okay, so now we have to explain like where high concentration, then the other side, then we will increase the rate of diffusion. So if oxygen in alveolus is higher concentration than blood, then higher rate of exchange. Okay, good. Like, there you go. So higher concentration of oxygen in alveolus compared to the oxygen in the blood, like alveolus more than blood in terms of oxygen, then that will increase the rate of oxygen diffusion. Okay, starting sound for YouTube channel, I'm good. I've not been updating for a long time actually. No time. How I wish, right? But there's still other like there is still like chapter 1, 2, 3. So yeah, you all can watch the detailed version if you want. Please upload chapter 3. What's chapter 3 already? Heart heart got right? But not like the smaller subtopics. But very difficult because that time, right? That time was COVID-19. So a lot of free time. So when we get back to physical class, I literally have no time even for toilet. Got video on alveolus. Yes. I think the video is on alveolus one. Chapter 2. Yes, I do. Can look for it. Okay, good, everybody. Please take what process produces carbon dioxide. Oh, what is cellular digestion? Okay, so obviously it's cellular respiration. Okay, oxygen, carbon dioxide. You produce carbon dioxide through breathing and through respiration. Okay, based on your answer in G, which is respiration produces CO2, describe the process. Huh? Oh, describe. Ah, this one, everybody. Describe why respiration produces carbon dioxide. Oh, that means we have to say like, because the oxygen oxidize the glucose, produces carbon dioxide, water, and energy. So we kind of have to explain the equation a little bit. So it's here lah, by the way. Okay, so like, boom. The correct word here is called oxidize lah, because oxygen oxidize the glucose. Oxygen oxidize the metal. That's how you get rusted metal as well. Oxygen oxidize many, many things. Okay? Right. Okay. The next one is already a free answer. We just wrote down the three products that you produce from respiration. You produce carbon dioxide, you produce water, and you produce energy, right? So question is asking another two more products other than in G. So obviously don't write carbon dioxide anymore. So water energy will be the remaining one. Okay. There you go. And then J, copy answer also. See, I told you, if you really feel helpless and don't know where to start, just do exercise. So from doing exercise, you kind of copy the answer. From short notes, you kind of read at the same time. So write down the word equation. This is the word equation. So just combine the words already here. There, you've got all the words already. Oxygen, glucose, carbon dioxide, water, energy. Then you write the sequence. The what plus what arrow, then what plus what like that. Okay? There you go. Why it becomes carbon dioxide? You mean deeper part you want to understand? Because when glucose is being break down by oxygen, then it forms the carbon dioxide molecule lah, because in glucose and oxygen they combine together. That's how carbon dioxide is released. So it's actually from oxygen and glucose together. Okay. Okay, done with the equation. I think we have 5 more minutes to do one question. So like, Jom, let's get to let's go to question 14. Okay, like, can you explain again? I don't understand. You mean how carbon dioxide, but that one is very chemistry, or you don't want to complicate yourself, right? That one we have to talk about how the molecule actually give up the bonds and then combine with each other. Don't want lah. We have 5 more minutes only lah. We explain the syllabus first ah. So long story short, oxygen break down glucose. The carbon atom in glucose are being broken down. Then they combine with other molecules to form carbon dioxide and water. By the way, so that's the product lah. Okay. Yeah, you learn it in chemistry next time. Form 4, Form 5. The details, okay? Okay, Jom, question 14. Like, A man was involved in car accident. The doctor explained that the medical report while showing the broken rib bone. Okay, so there's a broken ribs. Okay, so what is the function of the rib? First question. And does the broken rib affect breathing? Okay, so first question is function. So rib cage is to protect what? Who don't know lah this one. What is in your rib cage? So ribs is to protect your lungs, and one more thing is your heart, right? Okay, then does broken ribs affect breathing? Yes, definitely it affects. In fact, if broken ribs actually punctured uh through your lungs, right, you will have pain while breathing. Basically like car accidents. Car accident often have broken ribs and then you have difficulty in breathing. Okay, so first mark, function, protect heart and lungs. Second mark, yes, it affects, causing pain while we breathe in. Okay, a rib cage to protect the thoracic cavity lung. Thoracic cavity is the whole thing now, the whole empty area lah. It's to protect the organs basically lungs and the heart. So thoracic cavity is not a thing. It's actually the empty space. Meaning the rib cage is very fragile. Imagine without rib cage, no chance of survival. So the rib cage is already there to protect. It luckily is there to protect and broken. If without that, no more already. Okay, so like there are suggestions that establish smoking area in our country, smoking zone or smoking area. Explain the benefit. Well, 2 marks. Okay, like this one is on the pollution side of the chapter already. So pollution is here. This one, smoking thingy, and then the YouTube, right? Okay, so what's the benefit of smoking area? Smoking area means you actually have all the polluted air in one place, then the other place no problem. Okay, or you can say also to reduce the risk of secondhand smoke inhaled by non-smoker, something like that. Okay, but 2 marks. This is how I explain. So having a smoking area, you kind of combine all the smoke in one place. Okay, polluted air enclosed in certain area. This helps to ensure, okay, the behind one you can change one. This one you can change to your ideas, like therefore the polluted air or the secondhand smoke does not affect others who does not smoke, something like that. Or maybe you can follow mine. This will help to ensure clean surrounding or clean air without cigarette smoke. Okay. Okay, like table below shows information regarding 2 types of cigarettes. So we have traditional cigarettes, we have vape, electronic cigarettes. So got tar, no tar, more chemical, less chemical, combustion, no combustion. Okay, so based on table, compare the differences between cigarette and electric cigarettes. Okay, very simple. There are 3 differences already. You can combine 2 into 1 sentence, like cigarette contains tar and has more chemical, while electronic cigarette has no tar and lesser chemical, something like that. It actually doesn't matter. Everyone has different way of forming sentences. Can you all do that? I'll leave this to you. No problem. Just make sure you compare either 2. So you'd be like, wait, what? Electronic smoke actually has lesser chemicals. Sounds good, right? So actually, this is just very surface. A lot of tests in the recent years also proven that electric cigarettes are actually way worse and cause more damage in short term. Yeah. So anyway, this is an experiment to talk about. So then number 3 is to draw the picture. Now this one is not like the YouTube you do in science lab, you know. This one there is a pump one. The pump is to imitate as if someone is smoking. Then the cigarette smoke will come in. Okay. So this one no choice. You only have this material. So you literally have to have the cigarette smoke, the burning side to be in the bottle so that the gas, or I should say the vapor, or I should say the smoke that release will cause the cotton balls to turn in yellow color. Okay. So for the time being, because you need time to draw, don't worry, you'll have the answer sheet later. Now I just want to quickly explain to you, okay? It looks like that. So the cigarette smoke burns, and then the smoke stays inside. The smoke will make the cotton balls become yellow lah. Okay. Yeah. So there you go. So you want to say like, oh, the cotton ball represents the lung. So we allow the cigarette to burn, and so that it turns into yellow color, and eventually turns into black color. Okay. Okay, I quickly explain the last one, the last few because you all need to go already understand. Then later you'll check the answer. Okay. Now, so write down the effect of the substance for nicotine and tar. Okay, these are the two very famous substances. Nicotine is addiction. Okay, tar is lung cancer. Okay, can? It's here lah, by the way, if you're wondering where is those substances, this one. Okay, cigarette tar can cause lung cancer. Okay, so what is the meaning of passive smoker and effect towards their health? Passive smoker means those who does not smoke but inhale cigarette smoke. First mark. Second mark, smoker's health, equally worse. I mean, equally risky, similar to a smoker. Okay, right? Right, because of time being, I don't want to drag you all too long. You all need to have dinner and stuff like that. So I quickly explain. Anyways, I'll post the answer into the website as well. Let me copy the link for you all. You all can get it here, everybody, in your chat box. That's where you can download all the materials and answers. Okay. I'll be posting maybe like later on that night, later on nighttime when I finish my dinner. I try to finish up the answers, then I'll post to you all. Okay. Now the thing is, this chapter 3, I won't have time to do it now. So for new friends, or for those who are not my students in normal classes, you can go ahead and try and do the same way I did with you today. Try to find answers, or you can actually refer answers in the answer sheet. So for my students, I need chapter 3. If you are going to physical class, I need chapter 3 with you. Please bring along next week in normal class. Chapter 3, this one, seminar material. I need this with you in physical. If you stay online, it's with you lah anyway, so not a problem. Okay. Well, I hope today I help you all somehow to go through a bit and give you all a feeling of how you should do revision at home. So I'll see you next week for my students, and I'll see the rest maybe someday. Peace, everybody. Goodbye and have a great night. See you. Bye. You're welcome. All the best for your exams. Keep it up.